The lights inside the arena in Ufa, Russia, burn hot and unforgiving, cutting through a low haze of anticipation that hangs in the air like smoke before a storm. The crowd hums with a restless energy, boots scraping concrete, flags waving, voices blending into a deep, rolling murmur that echoes off the steel rafters. This is not a casual night of boxing. This is IBA.PRO 9, where reputations are tested and futures are quietly rewritten between the ropes. As the music swells, it carries with it stories of missed Olympic dreams, narrow margins, and unfinished business. These are fighters who stood on the edge of global glory and fell just short, but who refused to walk away. Tonight is about redemption, momentum, and proving that their names belong on bigger stages yet to come. In one corner, the gold lights begin to glow for the hometown favorite. In the other, the shadows hold a man who has crossed borders and expectations alike to be here. The canvas is pristine now, but it won't stay that way for long. Every footstep, every breath, every glance exchanged across the ring tightens the tension another notch. This is not just Russia versus Iran. It is pressure versus patience, volume versus power, rhythm versus resistance. The referee stands ready, the corners are quiet for a final moment, and the crowd leans forward as if pulled by gravity itself. In this arena, on this night, two men are about to discover exactly how much they are willing to give and how much they can endure when there is nowhere left to hide except inside the fight. Making his way to the gold corner is Bekkhan Israelov, just 23 years old, boxing out of Russia, and already carrying the weight of expectation that comes with fighting at home. His amateur pedigree is strong, third place at the Russian Championships, a result that means far more than it sounds in a nation where talent is stacked deep and opportunities are brutally scarce. Israelov never truly broke through at the international amateur level. Not because he lacked skill, but because Russia's boxing pipeline is unforgiving. You don't just need talent. You need timing, politics, and patience. What Israelov has instead is hunger. He made his IBA.PRO debut earlier this year, with a composed 6-round victory. And tonight represents another step forward, another audition for bigger nights and brighter lights. Across the ring stands Iman Ramezanpou of Iran, physically imposing, slightly taller, with the reach advantage and the quiet confidence of a man who has already proven himself on serious stages. A bronze medalist at the World Military Games, Ramezanpou brings discipline, durability, and the pride of a nation that treats combat sports as a test of character as much as skill. He fights out of a southpaw stance, dressed in black, looking every bit the role of the spoiler on foreign soil. For him, this is about more than just a win. It's about making a statement that his path does not end at regional recognition. This is a crossroads fight. For Israelov, victory means validation, proof that his volume, intelligence, and relentless work rate can carry him beyond domestic success. For Ramezanpou, it's a chance to silence a crowd and steal momentum in hostile territory. 2 men, 2 styles, 1 ring, and 6 rounds to decide who takes the next step forward and who must return to the drawing board. When the bell rings for round 1, there is no frantic rush, only intent. Israelov begins exactly as advertised, light on his feet, probing with a busy jab, inching his way inside with subtle steps, rather than reckless charges. Ramezanpou answers with a measured calm, extending his own jab, testing range, trying to make his height and reach matter early. They circle in the center of the ring, always within punching distance, neither man willing to surrender ground. It becomes immediately clear that Israelov is comfortable in close quarters. He dips, shifts, and sneaks short right hands to the body, shots that don't always draw gasps from the crowd, but quietly sap energy. Ramezanpou looks for the straight left, aiming down the middle, but often finds Israelov already slipping to safety or answering back with a punch of his own. The crowd responds to every exchange, the sound swelling with each clean connection. In the final seconds of the opening round, both fighters trade, right hands, left counters, neither backing down, neither landing anything decisive, but both making a statement: this will not be a cautious affair. Round 2 continues in much the same vein, but subtle differences begin to emerge. Israelov's volume increases, his punches flowing in combinations, rather than singles. Ramezanpou attempts to slow the pace with clinches, leaning in, trying to control arms and disrupt rhythm. The referee issues warnings, reminding him to work clean, but allows the fight to breathe. A stiff left hand snaps Israelov's head back, drawing a sharp reaction from the crowd, and blood begins to show at the bridge of his nose, a visual reminder that this is no sparring match. Still, Israelov answers back, refusing to be discouraged, his output steady, his confidence growing. 2 rounds down, and the foundation has been laid, competitive, bruising, and poised to tip in one direction if either man can seize control. As the fight moves into the middle rounds, the pace refuses to drop, and that begins to favor the Russian. Israelov's work rate becomes the defining factor. He throws more, moves more, and seems to draw energy from the exchanges, rather than lose it. His right hand finds a home again and again, sneaking through the guard, followed by short uppercuts and hooks on the inside. Ramezanpou, to his credit, continues to press forward, but his attacks start to arrive one at a time. The southpaw left still flashes, still carries intent, but it is increasingly met with counters. Swelling forms beneath his eye, the toll of Israelov's accuracy becoming visible. The referee continues to warn about holding, about trapping arms, and while it is a tactical effort to slow the fight, it also signals discomfort. Israelov senses it. He steps in with confidence now, walking his opponent down, controlling the center of the ring. There are moments, brief, fleeting, where Ramezanpou looks ready to explode, to commit fully, and try to turn the tide with sheer force. But each time he leans in, Israelov is there to meet him, punching in the clinch, disrupting breathing, stealing seconds and momentum. By the fourth round, the narrative is clear. Israelov is not dominating with raw power, he is winning with pressure, precision, and persistence. Every combination draws louder applause. Every clean right hand reinforces the sense that the fight is slipping away from the man in black. Still, Ramezanpou refuses to fold. He digs deep, absorbing punishment, searching for that one moment that could change everything. But the clock keeps moving, and Israelov keeps working, his rhythm unbroken, his confidence unshaken. Entering the fifth round, urgency finally overtakes patience for Ramezanpou. He comes out with renewed aggression, throwing with more commitment, stepping into exchanges, trying to force Israelov to respect his power. For a brief stretch it works. He lands his best shots of the fight, snapping punches to the head, drawing reactions from the crowd and from Israelov himself. But the response is immediate. Israelov doesn't retreat. He answers. He punches back harder, faster, refusing to cede control. Inside the clinch, he continues to work, short punches that grind away at stamina and morale alike. The gum shield comes loose more than once, a sign of exhaustion as much as impact, and the referee eventually deducts points, a harsh but fair reflection of fatigue setting in. By the sixth and final round, the equation is simple. Israelov knows he is ahead. Ramezanpou knows he needs something extraordinary. The Iranian plants his feet and lets his hands go, throwing everything he has left. But each surge is met with sharp counters, precise shots that stop him in his tracks. Blood marks Israelov's face, but his eyes remain clear, focused, calculating. He manages distance, chooses his moments, and continues to score. The crowd senses the conclusion approaching, their applause rising with every successful combination from the hometown fighter. Ramezanpou shows immense heart, absorbing punishment, still pressing forward, but the gap is too wide now. This is not about survival. It is about superiority, and Israelov has asserted his. When the final bell sounds, there is no collapse, no dramatic fall, just two exhausted fighters standing in the center of the ring, breathing heavily, knowing the story that has been written over 6 hard rounds. The referee separates them, the corners rush in, towels draped over shoulders, last words whispered in ears, still ringing from impact. The judges' scorecards are a formality now, shaped by volume, accuracy, and control. The crowd waits, not in silence, but in confident anticipation. When the announcement comes, it confirms what the fight has already shown. Bekkhan Israelov is declared the winner, his hand raised in victory, the arena responding with approval. It is not a knockout. It is not a highlight reel finish. It is something arguably more important, a mature, disciplined performance that proves he belongs at this level. Ramezanpou accepts the result with dignity, a warrior who gave everything but found himself outworked on the night. There is respect between them, a brief nod, an acknowledgement of shared hardship. This is boxing at its most honest. No excuses, no illusions, just the truth revealed by rounds fought and punches landed. As the crowd begins to disperse and the lights dim in Ufa, the significance of this fight lingers. For Bekkhan Israelov, this victory is a building block, a confirmation that his style is not only effective, but fan-friendly. High volume, smart pressure, constant engagement, these are the traits that earn invitations to bigger cards and tougher tests. There may be questions about his ultimate ceiling, about power and size at the highest levels, but nights like this answer a different question entirely. Does he belong? The answer is yes. For Iman Ramezanpou, this is not an ending. He showed resilience, courage, and moments of danger, and those qualities cannot be taught. They must be earned. On another night, with a different rhythm or a single decisive moment, the story could have shifted. That is the beauty and cruelty of boxing. Two paths crossed in Ufa, and for 6 rounds, neither man backed down. Long after the music fades and the canvas is cleaned, this fight remains what it truly was, a test of will, intelligence, and endurance. And somewhere down the road, when their names are called again, this night will matter more than anyone realizes.